guys. This is the welcome to the K-Fox fundraiser from April 12th to September 14th. Okay, so the reason can you just do one for all those who may just keep checking, I want to get the Good Friday video because I was feeling very happy and praise the Lord, and the K-Fox Foundation, because it's across Canada, is more secular, so it has a message to reach, like I said in the videos, the common humanity. So, but I was just feeling very much like yay, and I can still be like yay because we've reached, on the page itself, we've reached 575. Thank you to the friends and family of one particular person. You know who you are. And I'm sorry for your loss, but I thank you for your support. And I'm excited because I feel like people acknowledge this, and it's just so great to be able to go after so many years of how he's inspired me and so many others. It's just so great that I can really spread his story, and especially since, and I'm gonna be careful here, because like I said, secular organization for very good reasons. But I do see a lot of similarities between the Easter message and Terry. And all I'm gonna say there is he was just willing to be uncomfortable. There's a picture of him, and I'll try to find it so I can put it maybe as the thumbnail. But there's a picture of him where he's looking at one of his feet at the end of the day, and he's got like this huge blister, and huge, it almost covers I think it covers his entire heel, and it's just he was in severe pain for the majority of his run. But did he complain about it? No. Did he say, this isn't worth it? He had some thoughts about Quebec when nobody was listening, but he never stopped. And I think that's a very important message, not just for those who identify as Christians or Easter people, as it's often said, but for the world in general, being able to put yourself in an uncomfortable situation for others. That is the inspiration, that is the beauty behind the K-Fox story. Plain and simple. Because here's this young man who, for all intents and purposes, could have gone, quite understandably, I survived a 50-50 chance, I'm just gonna live my life now. I'm just gonna live my life, get a job, have a family, run-of-the-mill things. I survived, I'm grateful for it, but I'm just gonna play it low key. No, he was and for the record, if you've ever gone through something like that, that is your choice. I'm not saying it's a lesser choice here, but for his choice, I shouldn't say but. His choice, though, was to go, no, I can't leave back something behind me. And you have to understand that when Terry found out he had cancer. He was almost finished his first year of university. Like, he was 18 years old, and then he trained for like a year and a half, and by the time he was 21, or maybe, was it 2.5 years? Anyway, sorry to the volunteer corner, but the point is, he did not leave it behind him, and I think in this world where everybody loves the instant coffee, everybody loves the drive-through kind of life that we've created for ourselves here on this planet, to have a young man who was so dedicated to others that, like I said, the brisket on his heel was huge. His artificial leg wasn't made for running. Back then, they didn't expect amputees to run across the country 26 miles a day. You know, back in 1980, it just wasn't done. But he did it. He did it. And I really want to emphasize that, because I think we see Terry as like this cancerous expression, and it is. Thank you for your donations to the page again. It's absolutely incredible. My dream of possibly extending my goal just seemed quite reachable here at this point. But it's not my dream, it's his dream anyways. But the point is, I think when you give to Terry, you're not only inspired by the fact that he helped sick children. You're not only inspired that despite his sickness, he helped others. That's not the only thing. The other thing is that even though that sickness that I just talked about almost took his life, he put himself in situations, and I'll talk about this in a video where it was uncomfortable, sometimes almost dangerous, and possibly it killed him. Possibly it put so much pressure on the body that it just made an easier environment for the cancer cells that were missed to come back. But he wasn't sitting there going, but if I do this could possibly happen to me. He was just so moved by the pain and suffering of others that his ego, I'm sure dogging the people who were around him were kind of scared, chuckling here, but for the most part, he put his ego to the side. And he was like, no, this isn't about me. This is about other people. When it came to the run, he put his ego completely to the side. Because all he cared about, even on his birthday, was running more miles and raising more money. And it's not his birthday yet, that's in July. Hopefully I'll figure out the brewing filter by then, but the point is, he was a man that inspires others because he doesn't focus on himself. And in a world where we're filled with things that are literally called remactors, but I technologies, I this, I that. He was more focused on the collective we, and that's why I want to raise money, because he helps me to look beyond myself, much like as a Christian, Christ does the same thing. But again, I gotta be careful with that statement because it's a secular organization. But at the same time, again, it's very similar, and I think we need that. We need examples of selflessness. I'm not saying we all need to go and do things that possibly shorten our lives, but at the same time, we have to ask ourselves. I think Terry gives us an example of asking ourselves, how do we want to live? How do we want to honor the life we've been given? And he chose to do it this way. And for me, I'm honoring it by advocacy in other ways, but it doesn't have to be that way. But at the same time, I think we do need to celebrate that. We do need to celebrate people going through hardship, for the sake of others, because it reminds us that we're a big community. We're not just a point something billion islands in this world. We need each other to heal, to grow, to cause a miracle. And so that's what this run is about. And I thank you for your time and donation. Thank you very much. # thank you, Terry.